look at now the last 2 principles of collaboration. So far, we have looked at 5 different principles. You want to try out the 5 principles? The first one is what? You have to kill the triple evils of pride, selfishness, and what? And competition. The second one, you have to what? Know and value yourself versus what? Knowing and value other people. And then the third one, what? You have to understand the different roles that people bring on board a team. And then the fourth one is you have to be emotionally intelligent. People are emotional beings. You have to be emotionally intelligent. And then the next one we looked at just in the last video was what? You have to be what? You have to master effective communication. We're looking at number 6, which is mastering conflict resolution. Master conflict resolution. This is very important. So you've mastered emotional intelligence, you have mastered effective communication, but regardless of all these things you've mastered, you know how to appreciate their values, you understand the roles they are bringing to a team, you know all these things, but regardless of all these things, conflict will still arise. Things will happen. You will get into a fight with somebody. You will disagree on a matter with somebody. Conflict resolution is very key. In those situations when conflict arises, how do you handle conflict? What is the step-by-step process in handling conflict? Guess what? Very important. The first one is that you can't delay conflict. Whenever you see that conflict has arisen between you and a member of the team, or you are the boss and your followers or whatever, your members, your subordinates, whatever, as the leader, the first thing you have to nip it in the bud. Because conflict has a way of affecting productivity. The longer the conflict, the more you delay in resolving the conflict, the longer you affect the flow and the productivity in the company. Because people won't want to come to you with information. There are critical things they want to discuss with you, but because there's conflict and everywhere is tense, and so if there's an idea that will take the company to the next level, that conflict process is going to affect them because they don't want to come to you and they're afraid there's tension. They're working on eggshells around you. All of those things, you want to avoid those things. So number 1 principle in conflict resolution: deal with conflict immediately. And then second thing about conflict resolution is the fact that you have to create a time and space. Create a time and a venue, the right place to resolve that conflict. Conflict is not resolved over the phone, except of course if there's some distance. Maybe you can't see the person, is some miles away and all of that. But if it's within the context of the office, you can't just call and say, okay, this conflict, this is what happened, let's discuss it. No, that's not the process. The process of conflict resolution, you have to call a meeting, schedule a meeting with the person. Say, there's something I would like to discuss with you. Can we meet Wednesday, 7 p.m. is that okay with you? And you ask them, is that okay? So it's not just an environment. It has to be a neutral environment where they are comfortable. It's not just in your office and where they feel intimidated and all that. Get a specific space, get a specific time and all of that. So that's the number 2. Once you do that, you are journeying towards resolving a conflict. What's the third thing you will now do? So by the time you have decided on the venue and you have decided on the place for the meeting to take place, the next thing is the person is in front of you now, you're about to start discussing. As you start discussing, be conscious of your body tone, your voice tone rather. Be conscious of your body language. Be conscious of your demeanor, your actions. Because all the things that we can see on your face will demonstrate to us if you are actually interested in resolving the conflict. So if you want to, somebody's in front of you, you know there's already conflict. We both know there's conflict between us. And so we want to see that you're actually interested in resolving the conflict. And the first way we see that is from your actions, from your body, from your facial expression. So if you are with somebody now and you're trying to resolve a conflict and a phone call comes and you are receiving the phone call and is this person really serious? And for example, your tone of voice, you can't be shouting, you can't be screaming, even if you're angry. Remember, emotional intelligence, you have to be able to manage your emotions. So in resolving conflict, as you begin to interact with the person, watch your body language. Be present in the moment. You're trying to resolve a conflict. That's not the time for you to be busy doing other things. You should be present and show that you're actually interested in resolving the conflict. That's another step. And then as you're doing that, the next thing you have to do is listen to the person. In resolving conflicts, many people are all about trying to say what they intend, what they are meaning. Oh, this is my own perspective. I'm the one that is right. You are the one that is wrong. No. First, listen to what the person has to say. Listening skills, very crucial here. You have to develop. Listening is different from hearing. Hearing is what you do with your ears. But listening, you have to be active. And we know you are listening by the kind of questions you ask. Because listening skills are not just, I'm just listening, let me just listen. I already know what I want to say, I'm the right person. No, you have to be empathetic. And there's something called empathetic listening. You are listening because you want to get what the person is saying. You want to see things from their perspective. You want to understand why there's conflict. Don't just say, look, you don't just have an already prepared response. You have to listen. And so by the time you are saying your own thing, you are giving your own response, you are saying it from the perspective of what that person is saying. Even if you disagree with all what the person is saying, do listen. Very important important for you to listen, because you are journeying towards what? Resolving conflict, towards what? Becoming more collaborative. Remember, all of this is still about collaboration. So you have to listen to their opinions, listen to their viewpoints, listen to what is their pain points, anything we are saying, listen to it. And by the time it's now time for you to respond, you have to respond also in a calm tone. A gentle word turns away strife. You have to say it in a calm tone. Present it in a very amiable manner. Don't just shout and scream, and this is my opinion. And as you are presenting your point, we're not saying you shouldn't present your point. Say what you think about the matter. Say what you think. If you are, say your own opinion, but present it in a polite manner. Don't start criticizing and making comments and that will amplify the conflict. No, you want to resolve conflict. Remember, if you put at the back of your mind that this is all about what? This is all about collaboration. You are afterward making sure that you win this person over. So you are conscious of those things, you are mindful of those things, and you are saying, okay, I want to resolve this conflict, so anything, whatever it takes. And so as you are resolving the conflict, you are ensuring that this person understands you. You can agree to disagree. Even if you disagree with what the person is saying, at least you have listened to them and you have factored what your response is. And then lastly, whatever decision you will reach, whatever decision you make, whatever decision you have agreed that, okay, we want to resolve this conflict, these are the things we should start doing, whatever decision has been reached, even if you can't make it a win-win situation. I mean, even if you can't get the other person, whatever decision, the person agrees with it, you also agree with it, ensure that the person sees that the decision we have reached is the right course of action. Even if it's not favorable to the person, but the process you have followed towards ensuring that the conflict is resolved will make the person come to an understanding that yes, this is the right course of action. Not just saying, oh, this is the right course of action, you have to agree. No. You have followed the process of listening to the person. You have heard their points. You have allowed them to speak their mind. And then you now appeal to their logic in your explanation. If you are the right person, you may even discover as they are explaining that you are the wrong person. You have to be willing enough and humble enough to take on their own opinion. But if you are in the right, you have to appeal to their logic, appeal to their emotion, get them to see that this is the right course of action. And so in doing that, they understand. And so when the decision has been reached, and okay, this is what we're going to be doing to avoid any form of conflict in the future. And once you agree and come to that decision, ensure that you stick to that decision, because immediately after the conflict resolution meeting, the other person is going to be looking at you if you are going to do what you said. And so that's what will validate the decision has been reached. So weeks down the line, months down the line, the person wants to see that you are abiding by your word, you are standing by what you have said. That is conflict resolution. That is how you approach conflict resolution. It is very important, because there's no way you would avoid conflict in a company. Working with team members, people will disagree. And so, but if you follow these processes, they will help you to become more collaborative. That is the 6th principle of collaboration. And then the 7th and final one is what? Keeping the vision as priority. Keeping the vision as priority. In your attempt and your journey to becoming more collaborative, this is perhaps the most important. I mean, if you want to partner, if you want to work with people, the vision determines everything. I mean, the vision. And that's why visions, I mean, the Holy Book says where there's no vision, the people perish. And in the same vein, when there's no vision, there's going to be collaboration is going to come down the drain, because people don't know what they are partnering together with. People don't know where they are going. And so how do you put the skills of this one? How do I know where we are going to? And that's why the example that comes to mind is a footballer, for example, football. Let's say Liverpool team is trying to win the Champions League, for example, now. And the vision of the team is to win the Champions League or to win Premier Leagues or all those things. And they want to win. And so everybody comes to the team and they have an idea of the vision. They have a sense of where they are going to. So whenever there's a competition, for example, they are playing with Chelsea, everybody, the goal is what? To score. It's not about, this person. The goal is to win the game, because they know that once we win this game, we are getting close towards achieving the vision of winning the championship. And so if Mo Salah scores, for example, another striker won't be saying, oh, why did he score? No, we are all working together as a team. So if you put the vision in perspective, you know that his goal is very important to the team. So always keep the vision. And that's why as a leader, you have to keep charting a course for the future, showing people the vision. And so people will be more supportive. People will, as the defender, you're trying to prevent the goal from coming to the net. As a striker, you're going, and the other person you're passing, you're not trying to shield the ball. If you know this person is in a better position to score the goal, you're going to give, because you know you're putting the vision. You see that if we win this match, you're seeing the league table, you're seeing how we're climbing upon all the other teams and we're going. So keep the vision as priority. That's what helps people to be more collaborative. So keeping the vision as priority, that's very important. So you have to build a culture around the vision. Once there's a vision now, everybody knows that this is the vision and this is the direction of the vision. So you build a culture around that vision. And everybody knows that everything we're doing on this team, every game that we play, and I'm using soccer because that's people can connect and relate more more with that. And so you know that this is the vision. Everybody's moving towards that vision. And so any strife, any selfish interest, any pride, you put that aside, because you know the success of the team is the success of everybody. Everybody benefits from that. So that's a very important principle in collaboration. You keep the vision as priority. So that's the 7th principle. Once again, what are the 7 principles? The first one is what? You have to conquer the triple evils. What are the triple evils? The triple evils of pride, of selfishness, and what? Of competition. What's the second one? The second one is knowing yourself and valuing yourself, as well as what? Knowing and valuing others. And then the last one is understanding the different roles in a team. Different roles. People have different roles that they play in a team. Understanding that this person is a shaper, is an implementer, and you're able to leverage on their competencies, and don't get unnecessarily angry about their weaknesses. They don't have this skill. Appreciate what they are bringing to the table. And then the 4th one is what? You have to master emotional intelligence. You have to know how to develop your emotional intelligence competencies. I'm sure you learn more from the training on emotional intelligence. And the 5th one is mastering effective communication, where we looked at the 7 C's of effective communication. You have to be a communicator. That's what you do literally on the team. You have to know how to express yourself, how to put your thought together in writing. And then number 6 is the fact that you have to master conflict resolution. Conflict will always arise. Know how to navigate the rapids of conflict. Know how to go beyond all the whatever conflict comes up. You're able to blend and connect with people and mend all the problems that are in you, and you connect back with them, and they are back on your team, you're friends again, you're together, you're moving the cost, charting the cost for the company. Conflict resolution skills, very, very important. And then the last one is keep the vision as priority. No matter what happens, the vision remains very important. I hope you have learned a lot from this class, but do well to stay. We have some questions for you in the next lesson as we wrap up this class on collaboration. Thank you.